Hello, how you doing? So today we've got some lamb shanks. Beautiful, absolutely fall off the bone. Lovely meat there in a nice tomato and garlic sauce. Let's get on with it. So let's get started off with our lamb. I've got 2 lamb shanks there. They are roughly 500 grams each. I mean, one is slightly bigger than the other. So 1 kg in total, which is about 2.2 pound. So the shank, it's got a bone in it, but it's really, really beautiful cut. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just brown it, get a bit of color onto it before we move on. So I've got some oil in there. I'm using the sunflower oil. You can use any oil you want. We're gonna pop them in. I'm gonna add some salt. And we're gonna be on a medium heat. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna brown that a little bit, just so we can get a bit of color on the outside. I'll be salting it when I turn it again. So about 6 or 7 minutes or so. Okay, so obviously not anywhere near cooked in the middle. Now I've also stood them up like that so I can get a bit of color on the ends. But let's fetch these out, set them aside for a moment, and then we can move on. But you've got a nice little bit of color there. So just taking those out. Here I've got, we're gonna go back in, by the way, with this oil. We've got 1 cup of onion and 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. Gonna add some black pepper. No need to add salt yet because we had some salt in there already, so there's salt in that oil. But I'm gonna be quite generous with the pepper. And below medium heat, about 4 minutes. Beautiful, you can see that garlic's browning really nicely. Okay, I'm gonna add some tomato paste now. One of these little Tetra packs there, 135 grams. About half a cup, I think that is, in volume. In that goes. And again, 3 or 4 minutes, just wanna cook this tomato paste out a little bit. So stir fairly often now. All right, Simon here, just a few little notes. Okay, first of all, there's over 4,000 videos on our channel. We've been cooking for years, so get onto that little magnifying glass you can search out. There's tons and tons of recipes. We're cooking pretty much every day. Thumbs up always helps me out. A little comment of anything. Tell me what you've had for breakfast even, that's fine. Just a comment helps the algorithm go. If you'd like to donate to me and help the channel out, there's a little thanks button in most countries. You can leave $2 or $1 million if you want. Okay, let's get back to cooking. Beautiful stuff. Okay, next up, let's get our lamb back in the mix. Which, by the way, as you've seen, it's only had a little tiny browning. It's also almost raw, do you know what I mean? Just a little brown in there. And then here I've got some stock. I'm using a chicken stock. You could use vegetable stock or whatever you want, really. In it goes. Plenty of that. And then medium heat, we're going to put a lid on this. Now we're now going to go for about 40 minutes. If you want, you could use a pressure cooker and that will reduce the time down pretty much by half. But we're not using that today. Lid on, 40 minutes, and every now and then I'm going to turn it over. You know, just flip them. Okay, that's beautiful. Look at that. That sauce is coming together really nicely. Like I said, I've been flipping that a few times. I'm now going to add 1 can of tomatoes. These were a whole plum tomato. And what I've done is I just crushed them in my hand. So when I say 1 can, I mean a regular size 400 ml can, that size. Little bit of dried oregano, like a teaspoon. I mean, you can change that if you want. Thyme would work good. Obviously rosemary is nice, isn't it? Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this onto a simmer, really super low. Lid on. And then what we're going to do is go for about another 30 minutes for these size. We're going to give it a stir every now and then, and once again, about halfway through, I'm going to flip it over. If it dries out too much, add a little bit more stock, even some red or white wine if you wanted, but yeah, just keep it about this level. Don't let it kind of dry out too much. See you then. Okay, off goes the heat. We've done it. Let's take a look at this. It's going to be beautiful. Wow. Wow, wow. We change a nice amount of liquid in there. Like I say, you need to kind of keep your eye on that and top it up, but you can see now that, you can see that bone. It's gone right back. That is super, super tender. Now, check it for salt. It's fine for me. Now, I've done this really nice and plain, nice and simple, just with tomatoes and garlic. If you want, you could have added some chickpeas and some cumin, kind of give it more of a kind of Arab vibe to it. Or you could have put in some potatoes, carrots, things like that. Bulk it out with some vegetables. I'm keeping it just like that. Well done, everyone. Beautiful. There you go, beautiful. Like I said, I've kept that really nice and simple, just to meat. That is truly fall off the bone stuff. Delicious. Hope you enjoy that. Keep safe, keep well, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Thank you so much for stopping by and making it to the end of the videos. If you would like to donate to me, there's a thanks button in most countries. You can give me $2 or up to $50. I need to buy a new Ferrari. Come on, help me out.